Howdy. It's me, it's Kendra with Mind Body Physique, your cannabis fitness trainer, and I'm doing a vlog today. I was gonna write it, but on my board here it says speak it, so I looked up while I was writing and I lost the internet and it said speak it, so so I'm gonna speak it, and I'm speaking it because I think a lot of people have either dealt with this or will deal with it in the future. So I feel like it's a nice opportunity to share on maybe some ways that can support you if you're going through that right now, or if you're gonna possibly encounter it in the future. Um, so and try not to cry and try not to get super hyped about it because it's actually a really emotional thing for me. So a couple of years ago, I fell into a super negative, toxic relationship situation, and I didn't fall into it. Well, I kind of did. I fell in love with somebody that was not good for me, and I ended up moving across the country thinking that I was going to start a life with them, and I didn't know that they weren't like good for me until I moved in with them. And then it was even more shocking then, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck, I didn't know that this person was like that. And I'm not going to get into details on like certain things. If you want to reach out and talk about toxic relationships, we can do that. But the point of this being is I want to relate this to when I was 14, 15, 16. I had an eating disorder. I had bulimia, and it was this cycle that I had committed to, not knowing that I was in it. But I got into the cycle, this body image problem, thinking that I wasn't a certain way and I should look a certain way. So I started binging and purging my food because I love food. And this attaches to the story that I'm bringing up, the most recent one. But with bulimia, you get your self-worth is like here for a little bit, and then you're like, oh, I feel really bad, so I'm gonna binge and I'm gonna fill that space, and then I'm gonna purge it because I feel bad that I did that, I feel shameful, or feel nasty. And then when you binge or when you purge, you actually feel ashamed, and then it starts the cycle again, if you get what I'm saying. And point being, I really feel like that incident in my life, that really dark period when I was younger, set me up to this rhythm of being attached to pain. I felt like pain was, and I'm saying this because I know someone else in my life that's struggling with this, of not being attached to the pain anymore, and they also went through a traumatic situation. And so when you get attached to this pain, it's like that's all you know. You don't know like what real happiness, joy, and peace are. You just think that that's what your life is, that you deserve that. It's like a fish in water doesn't know it's in water. So point being, for years after that, I'm 29 now, I was still in this karmic loop, I believe, of this pain, always subconsciously finding things that are going to cause pain, because I felt that's what was grounding to me. That was my worth. That's what I knew. And it wasn't until I fell in love with somebody that was really a painful blow, that it broke me down completely, and I was able to see, and I'm saying this because I don't want you to have to go through something like this, so much pain. It's very traumatic to process it and move forward from it. So that's why I'm sharing it. But it wasn't until I was like, damn, I'm hurt so bad. What did I do wrong? Like, it was like slap on your wrist. Bad. You did something bad. And I'm saying, like, this was like me talking to like God after, because I was like, what the hell? I thought this was gonna be my, I was gonna get married and have kids with this person, and my whole new life started over here. And then it was all taken from you. You're just really like blown to pieces, and like help really like reaching out to God or the universe, whatever you believe in, source. And on my reflections, it's 2 years later from that big happening in my life. Um, Little pieces have came together, and I've, oh my God, came so much since that day, like grown a lot. But the realization is today I woke up and I was just really kind of still filtering through those traumatic incidents that happened. And I was like, what got me into that situation? Like, I needed to be reminded, like, what got. And it's like, you were addicted to the pain, you were attached to the pain, you love the pain. And I think a lot of us can probably relate to that, because we've all had very painful things, traumatic things that have happened into our lives, and you just get used to it. But I want to bring in cannabis into this because for me personally, and I have a friend that's a doctor in psychology, and she uses cannabis with her clients. And one of the things she has spoken about is that her clients use cannabis for like emotional checking in, like where are you with your emotions and how you're feeling about life. And that is so me with cannabis. And the working out is a whole other thing, that you put those emotions, ideas, parts of your life into action and move through them. But cannabis, man, has just been such a healing tool for me to really slow down my brain, because I'm a really, like, I love coffee, not that I drink it all day or anything, but my nervous system, I like to go, I like to be hyped, and that might be one of the other reasons why I can get really attached to pain and other things that are like, ooh, not so good for you, Kendra. But point being, cannabis helps slow down my thought process, and really be able to feel into, like, oh, where are these emotions coming from, and how do I digest them, and that has helped me so much with this healing of this really toxic cycle that I was in for years, of this whole pain thing. And my relationship with cannabis, and I'm sure you can probably relate to it, is it always has gone kind of like in and out of my life, because every time I would use it, it would show me these hard truths, and they were scary, and I was like, okay, I'm good, and not saying anyone needs to use cannabis to digest and see truths in their life, but for me, it's always been a very potent thing. So coming back to it, cannabis helping, really just being able to see you as you are in your life, and where you're holding yourself back, and definitely where your boundaries are, your personal space, and you're setting your frame. I know for probably a lot of people that are attached to pain, is like they're attached to other people's pain, which like gives them, again, that release of endorphins or whatever it is that keeps you in that loop. But when you're really in your own frame, and you're like, this is what I want for me in my life, and I know what I deserve, and it's not pain, and it's not an addiction to suffering, but really it's joy and peace and health, that's really where I feel like, wow, you get to come into yourself and live from yourself, and not be so much in your head, not be so much in that state of sadness. So I think that was probably a lot thrown at you, but if you're dealing with it right now, you can totally relate to what I'm saying, and I'm speaking straight to you, and I feel for you, and I hope this video helps. And if you need more support, reach out to me. cannabis fitness training, I tell you, will really help you like reframe yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and grow like a probiotic, like those healthy gut bacteria. It's like you are your own healthy gut bacteria, and you are shaping that. And I'm supporting you on doing that. I'm your coach. So yeah, um, hope you have a great day. Thanks for being here. Peace.